So, first of all, when I talk about flow, that to me means your unique flow, the way that your energy operates, doing what is best for you, pivoting when you need to, growing as you need to, expanding as you need to. When I say flow, that does not mean that you just go with the flow and do what everybody else does. No, 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 no. I mean your flow and honoring that and stepping into that, right? So, being in flow in your business, that to me is having freedom. So, having time freedom, but you're doing things that you love. So, you still do the work, you still show up, you still take action, you are proactive, but it's all inspired. And that's where it starts to get easy and also have the ease that I was talking about, having ease in your business because you feel at ease. What is reality really made of? I'm your host, Carla, and welcome to Cosmic Batter, the podcast where we explore stories of the unknown and my experience of becoming psychic. This is for anyone who realizes that there is so much more to the human existence. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of the Cosmic Batter podcast. I'm excited for this episode because we are going to be talking about business energetics and how fucking important they are, and not enough people understand what they are or know what they are. And the reason for today's podcast, I was actually telling my friend Taylor how much my life has changed since I have learned to live in flow, since I have brought my business into flow, and how different it is compared to my old fitness business and like the evolutions of my business. And it was Taylor's idea, where she said you should record a podcast on hustle versus flow and break down what that actually is, why it's important. So big thank you to my beautiful friend for that idea. Now, hustle versus flow. So first of all, we have grown up in a society all about hustle. We've been told, since we were born, or at least I was, you have to work hard to make money and you have to work hard to be successful. Now, of course, there is going to be hard work involved, but the issue with hustle culture is that it goes past the point of diminishing returns. Okay. Hustle is what gets us into burnout. We end up doing things that aren't for us, things that aren't in alignment for us. And hustle also comes with a lot of expectations. Like, speaking from personal experience, you work so fucking hard, and there's this constant thought of, if I'm working this hard, I should be getting more back. I should be further along by now. I should be more established. And we are constantly disappointed because our expectations aren't being met. But the amount of work we're putting in is like unreasonable, like crazy. Okay, so there's a few ways to really understand the difference between hustle and flow. And I have 3 like affirmations that have really helped me. Or I don't know if they're affirmations, but like lines or quotes or whatever. This one I got very early on, is discipline creates freedom. Okay, discipline creates freedom. So when you show up in a way that is structured and consistent, that's going to create the freedom that you desire, because it's going to create the life that you desire. Okay, so part 1, discipline creates freedom. Part 2, this is one that I heard recently. Ease is earned. Ease is earned. And this implies, you are going to have to work hard to then have that absolute flow, to be able to be magnetic and to receive. And there's truth to this, which is why I want to come back to this one as well. And my third one, which I've heard many times, is you attract what you are. And this is so important because it's like, yes, you're going to have to work hard to create your business, to create your dream life. But who you are and what you embody on that journey is the most important piece for what you attract. Yeah. So let's talk about hustle. When I used to hustle, when I was working as a personal trainer in a gym, working so fucking hard, I practically lived at the gym, always on the phone, calling people to get them in for a consult, then building up my clients. Once I had clients, I would be working and preparing their programs. I didn't give myself any downtime. I just wanted to have the safety net of having money, right? So it did come from a place of survival. And then, even then, transitioning to my fitness business online and doing sales calls and paid ads and DM outreach, and always wondering what do I need to do to get more people in? And so I would show up from that place of, I have to do this to make money. I have to do this to survive. I have to do this to get to the top. And so I ended up doing things I didn't fully agree with. I used sales techniques that I just wouldn't bother with anymore, right? Like I would get people on a call. For example, I would get people on a call if they were unsure, and I would try to tell them, why they should join. And whereas where I'm at now, if someone was unsure, I'd be like, okay, well, we can talk about it and see if it's right for you, or maybe it's just not for now. Like, I'm not gonna convince you, like, here's the information. Of course we can talk, but if it's not a full body fuck yes, then it's not for you. And I'm not then going to get on a call and try and convince you why you should join. So different energies. So the hustle culture that I was in the past, yes, it built systems that I still use today. For example, my email system. I learned how to make a website and how to write content in that time. But did that hustle generate success? And this is where we look at, like, past the point of diminishing returns. Getting on calls with people that weren't ready. That was me pushing. That was me trying to hustle. And ultimately, that was kind of a waste of my time. I learned something, but it was a waste of my time and a waste of someone else's time. And if someone was really, like, not ready, and then I'm trying to chase them, it pushes people away. And then they don't come back because they don't feel like their no is, like, respected, right? So the hustling can also, push people away. The burnout. The burnout, and then, like, forcing myself to write content, although it put me in a good habit. So I'll absolutely acknowledge that, because now, like, content comes so easily to me, and I used to have to force myself to do it. But you can tell the difference between someone that's written a post because they have to, just to get the post out, versus a post that's created with purpose and intention, and how much more power a post has that is made with that intention. So, when you're hustling and it's coming from a place of lack, that's going to be felt, and that's going to generate more lack. The same in my fitness business. Again, it did build, it did grow. I made $135,000 in a 12-month period. That was my biggest period, but it spanned a longer timeline than that. But the profit was like 30%, and I was working like 60 hours a week. I had like 5 casual staff, and I got into a position because I was in a place of lack. Okay, this is where I'm saying, like, I was in a place of lack. So the hustle wasn't really getting me anywhere because I was attracting more of what I was. I was attracting people that were in lack. I was attracting people that didn't want to pay perhaps what the programs were worth. I wasn't valuing my programs properly because I didn't think anybody would pay, a certain amount. So my lack was being reflected back to me in the people that I was working with, although I still love everybody that I worked with. But even on the sales calls, like, talking to people that were in lack, it was just reflecting back to me my own experience. And then I got into this position where I would get more clients, make more money, and then I'd have a lot more people to deliver for. So I would hire someone, And then I would have to make more money to pay them. So then I would get more clients. And then I would need to hire somebody else because I had more people to, and therefore more people to pay and whatnot. So I would hire someone else. And it was like this cycle of you have to grow or you will die. Now, of course, there's that saying that if you're not growing, you're dying. But to have a business where it's like growing is not a fun choice, like if you literally stop growing, everything will collapse. That's a survival based business. And like it was not pleasant to run. I loved the work. I loved working with my clients, but to be under that pressure to show up like that took all the fun out of it. Okay, so then we have that thing again, yes, discipline creates freedom. Yes, ease is earned, but you attract what you are. And so, in what way are you showing up right now? Because if it is in this hustle energy that is based in lack and desperation, then you're not going to get the payoff. Yeah, just straight up, you're not going to get the payoff that you seek. Hustle, we can get trapped there. Just as I was trapped, like paying those higher bills and having to make more to pay the bills and make more to pay the like just to survive, I was trapped there. I don't know if you guys can hear my tummy rumbling, but I just ate. I'm gonna rinse my mouth. 1 second. But you attract what you are. Now, this is a lesson that I learned the hard way around like, you attract what you are, because I did build up my fitness business. I did hustle. I did make, the big money. And then it got to the point, like I think I had a $24,000 month and I just knew I cannot do that again. I can't keep doing this because it's a constant fight. And even though I just made $24,000 in a month, there's none of that left for me. And the way that my business was functioning, it wasn't going to get any better. The foundations that I had built it on were foundations of lack. Like it just wasn't actually a successful business in my eyes. I did not have that freedom that I had been working so hard towards. So I learned the hard way that hustle doesn't necessarily give you, the freedom that you want. Okay, and then again, like there's these important differences in those lines that I gave before. Like discipline creates freedom. There's a difference between discipline and consistency and hustle and burnout. Ease is earned. Okay, ease is earned. Maybe there are like seasons for a bit of hustle or seasons for working hard, but ease isn't going to be created from a place that you hate showing up from. Because that energy, again, you're going to attract what you are. So much of my business was out of alignment at that time. So I was doing so many things that I didn't want to be doing. And if we look at money as a reflection as well, because money is energy, money reflects who we are and how we feel. So because I was in lack and fear and I was desperate, to build my business, like I was in survival, money reflected this. Money was never enough. I always had expenses coming up. I, already explained that trap, that cycle that I was in of having to make more to survive. And if I didn't, like everything would fall apart. Money itself was scary and it didn't provide the freedom, safety, grounding, or fun that I thought it would. Okay, so this is where it's so important to understand energetics, because if you are someone that is working full-time or working for yourself right now, and for example, say you're working really, really hard, and maybe you keep saying to yourself, when I have more money, I will slow down. When I have more money, then I will relax. But you might find yourself at a bit of a plateau of, fuck, I can't work any harder, so I don't know how I'm going to get more money. Like I'm working as hard as I can. My week is full. my prices are, wherever they're at, and I don't know where that other money could come from. This is exactly what happened in my fitness business, both as a personal trainer and then working online. And a lot of people get stuck here and they lose motivation. And like, this is why I'm recording this, because I want to help you. Like, I've been through it. People get stuck here and they get really disheartened. And it's like, for example, oh, I've made my own business now. I work 9 to 5 in my own business. That in itself is a milestone. I can pay, my bills, the minimum. That in itself is a milestone. And then it's like, well, I guess I should be happy with this. And then it's like you've just replicated, for example, the 9 to 5 in your business. Like, yes, there are milestones, but what about that freedom? What about that expression? What about all the fun that you wanted to have when you started your own business? That's the whole point, right? So again, moving from hustle into flow, breaking that expectation that's been built into us from society. And this is where I'm honestly like immensely proud of myself for moving through these evolutions in business, because that's all it is. You can do it too. Don't be the person that gets stuck, accepting like the minimum. Like, you can go further, you can have more. It doesn't make you a bad person, not at all. Like, this is how we be of service, when we continually elevate ourselves and then elevate the people around us. Okay, and I just want to highlight as well another way that we get trapped at that level, because this is something that will come up for each level that we move through, right? So say you're at a certain level, you're working a certain amount, you're making a certain amount of money, and you want to get to the next level. You want to be making more money, to be more relaxed, to really trust your business, to be having more fun. But then it's like, oh, but I don't have the time to change anything, or I don't have the money to invest to learn how to operate at the next level. Now, that's when you accept where you are. Respect where you're at, do what feels right to you, but that is another way that we get stuck. Because if you don't have the money or the time, you need to learn how to create it. You are the one that has to decide you're going to create that you're going to create that experience. If I had been running my fitness business and had a $24,000 month and then been like, oh, fuck, I'm working 60 hours a week and this is really, really hard, but if I change my business, I don't have the money to do that. And then I just stayed there. Certainly wouldn't be here now. So watch your mindset, I guess. Like, if you're at a particular level and you're stuck and you need to learn something to change that level, you're going to have to make the decision that you will do what it takes to change the level that you're at. That I say this all the time now, that money's not going to come out of thin air. You have to create that money. If it is charging more, if it is calling more people, if it is getting in the right room, getting around more people, making more money, if it is investing into your education and stretching yourself. My mentor said something recently, like, if you want to make more money, you're going to need more money. If you want to make more money, you're going to need more money. So Brittany Van Jessel is my mentor at the moment. And what that implies is like there is going to be, a reason that you have to generate more. For me, that reason so often, like, I have to generate more. For example, like paying the rent. I have to generate more to pay rent. But that's still like the minimum, right? We all have to pay rent. I have to generate more to pay my mentor. I have to make 30K a month. That's what I'm working towards. I have to make that amount because I know and I have decided that I will be moving out of Victoria. I have to make that happen. when you decide, all right, I'm going to get to the fucking next level, what do I need to do that? That's when you break free of that level that you're at. You break any cycle that you're in. All right, let's talk now about flow, and so attracting in what you are while being in flow. So let's then talk about what flow is and what it means to have a business in flow. So first of all, when I talk about flow, that to me means your unique flow, the way that your energy operates, doing what is best for you, pivoting when you need to, growing as you need to, expanding as you need to. When I say flow, that does not mean that you just go with the flow and do what everybody else does. No, 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 no. I mean your flow and honoring that and stepping into that, right? So being in flow in your business, that to me is having freedom. So having time freedom, but you're doing things that you love. So you still do the work. You still show up. You still take action. You are proactive, but it's all inspired. And that's where it starts to get easy and also have the ease that I was talking about, having ease in your business because you feel at ease. Everything that I create, even now, is fun to me. I love showing up and it has that energy behind it. I am not making this podcast just to tell people that I exist and to get clients. Although I want those things and there's intention behind my work, but I'm not doing it just to get something. I'm doing this because I fucking love talking about energetics and spirituality and money and building your business and living in alignment and expansion and wealth expansion. I would talk about this stuff. I do talk about this stuff even when I'm not recording podcasts, right? So it comes from a place of love, ease and flow. Being in flow means that I create things that feel right to me and at the right time. I'm not pushing offers to try and make sales to survive. I am creating something that I want to create. I am calling in the people that I want to connect with. I am calling in people that are ready to do the work, that are ready to connect with me, people that, want to grow with me. They want to make money with me. They want to have impact with me. It's such a distance from my fitness business where I would talk to anyone and map out their goals and be like, you should work with me because. And now it's like, oh my God, I want to do this thing. It feels so fucking good. This is who I would love to work with. Step forward if you're this person. Another part of being in flow is you have that trust and the grounding and the calm, right? I trust that people will come to me. I know that people will come to me. I trust money. I trust that when people come to me, they want to pay me because they want to work with me and they value my work. And so while I'm putting in the action, creating the offers, setting the prices, creating the opportunities, creating the content, editing the content, making it, doing the things and putting it out there, I am receiving then whoever steps forward to fill that space. And this is so different to if I look at my fitness business where I would make an offer and be like, what do people want? What should I create? What are someone else's pain points and how can I solve this? What price will they pay? What price will somebody else pay me for this? I need money. How many people do I need to get to pay for this? Right? And then, as I already said, where I'm at now, like I create something because it brings me joy. I want to do it. I want to share this. And because I want to share it, this is how it's changed my life. This is how it will change your life. And then the people that want that come forward themselves. Like, oh my God, can you just feel the difference? Even as I talk about the difference of hustle versus flow, I'm like, yep, flow is where it's at. So let me say those lines again. Discipline creates freedom. Ease is earned. and you attract what you are. So we want to do these, we want to embody these energies like together. Okay. I have my discipline. I show up every day, and I've recently got this whole new fire inside of me since things have really clicked. And now you bet I'm fucking showing up consistently, doing Instagram lives, doing podcasts, making content. It feels really good. And this is the flow of my business right now as well. And I have created this flow for myself, my own unique flow, by going through those stages of the extreme hustle to then pulling back at that time where I say changed to organic marketing only and I traveled at the same time and then wasn't showing up enough in my business. And then through the healing work and all the things, I'm now in this place of like, oh my God, I now understand what my unique energy is and how I can continuously show up in this space. I am both calling in my success and building my success and being active about that. But I am also successful right fucking now. I am living my dream life right now. I am free right now. I already know my being financially free is here now and it's on its way to me. I have already decided what I'm doing next. Like I am embodying that experience, that joy now. Whereas when we are from that place of hustle, we're constantly trying to work towards it, but living from this place of lack and then actually expanding that lack, building a business that doesn't reflect or support the life that we actually want. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty clear, like why this is important. And the beauty of you listening to this now is that you can start to embody and practice this now. If you notice that your business is in hustle, if you're working all the time, you're not making enough, you're not where you want to be, notice that you've hit a ceiling. There's nothing wrong with that. How do I get to the next level? What do I need to embody? What do I need to learn? Who do I need to be around to change this? Right? You don't need to get stuck there. How can you bring more of what you love into your work? Come from that place of soul, that place of service, and not just ego and desperation and trying to get money and trying to get by. It's such a yucky energy. Like people can feel that. So if you want to learn how to be in flow, oh my God, you need to be in flow living. We have just started, so there's still a week left to join us. We have just started, so there is still time to join us. Flow living is all about understanding your unique flow, your energy, and your gifts and abilities. We are expanding what it is that you do, the service that you provide, what you can offer. And I'll show you like how easy it actually is to get paid for your work, to get paid abundantly, to live at the abundance frequency where you know money is coming no matter what. Even if you don't yet have an established offer, you will know and understand how money continues to come to you no matter what. This is the abundance frequency, right? It gets to be fun. It gets to be easy. This is the next level. Take it from me because I have learned the hard way. I built that massive business based purely on hustle. I fucking built that. And then I was like, this shit is flawed. And I moved beyond that into higher profit margins, working less, having more impact, doing stuff that I love all the time. And now being in a position where that's only going to grow. Like I said, 30K months are coming for me. And they can come for you too. So flow living, we've just started. The women that are in this, we have already spoken about what it is that they actually do, right? You're not just trading time for money. What they actually offer and just how powerful they really are. So we have already started to completely shift how they think about money. And moving forward, we'll be talking about how to receive more money and get paid for your work, how to get your message out there and make it all feel easy and fun and in flow at the same time, right? You get to work hard and show up in a way that brings you joy and is your dream life right now. You don't have to hustle and force yourself into burnout to get anywhere. right, this stuff is truly so amazing. Like once you start to learn the energetics, you'll be like, why the fuck didn't I do this earlier? So there's still time to join Flow Living. If you are interested, send me a message. I am offering calls for this program. So you can get on a call with me, an abundance assessment, and we'll talk about where you're at and where you're going and if this program is right for you. And let me tell you that if you want to have your most abundant year ever in 2024, if you want to expand on your soul's gifts and be getting paid for it and be being truly valued and respected and stepping the fuck up into your success, Flow Living is for you. So send me a message. Thank you so much for joining me. We will talk again soon. Mwah. Much love. Bye.